All right, this should just be a quick video. There's always a lot of questions on Discord and Reddit. People pick their 1100, they get it open, then they go and close the shackle, and they realize that their keyway hasn't returned to the normal position. So they go and they try to turn it here counterclockwise to get it back to like an up and down position, right? So they'll put their tensioner in, and they'll notice that they can't turn it, right? It doesn't turn. And then they'll ask, have I bricked my lock? Like, I can't get it open. But if you look at this, you'll note that the top of the keyway is not up here. The top of the keyway is actually over here. Especially if you gutted it, you know that this screw here kind of holds it. It's where the top of the keyway is. Obviously, you couldn't put the top keyway here because this is solid metal. You have to put it here where there's an opening, right? So that would tell you that you're not trying to turn this counterclockwise. You're actually trying to turn it clockwise. And you wouldn't think that because here's the blocker, right? The key you can't put the key past here. So if you have bottom of the keyway and you go to turn it clockwise, you can't go, right? But if you just grab it somewhere and you turn it clockwise, like that, you get your top of the keyway back up there. And we're locked. And then you could take the key and use it again, right? So that's the 1100 problem. Then there's also the 90a-PRO problem, which is similar. If you look at this, people will be like, "Hey, I can't get my key in anymore. The lock is locked. I can't turn it either way, and it looks like it's in the lock position." But again, top of keyway is over here. Your keyway is upside down. So, you know, with that knowledge, you know that the driver pins are actually pushing down. And if you look in here, you can see right here, that you have a driver pin into keyway, right? You can lift that up. You can feel the springiness. So all you have to do is take something that can lift all the driver pins out of the way of the bottom of the keyway at the same time, like the back of this pick, and then rotate your lock. You might want a tensioner so that you can rotate the lock once you get all the driver pins pushed out of the keyway like this. Dang it. Try that again. Push all the pins out of the keyway. And that keeps falling out. So let me try the other direction. And push all these pins out of the keyway. Now if the back of the pick doesn't work like this, you can push down on individual pins. They will have a binding order, how they push against the keyway. And now that I'm doing this, I should have tried it off camera to make sure I could do it. But this is definitely what the issue is all these. Oh, that's another thing. The key pins might be somehow binding against the top. So just give a little wiggle, have the key pins drop down into the plug. You see that key pins now drop down at that point. And then go and do your thing with the oh my gosh, I'm such a klutz with the back of the pick. All right, so maybe like this it'll work. Hopefully I don't drop that tensioner out again. Push all these down into the thing. It didn't work, so let's go ahead and push individuals. Not binding, not binding, not binding. There we go, binder towards the back. Push them all down. Binding. Try the back of the tensioner again. Huh. This is being harder for me than it should be. Not sure why. I think the other way might be easier. Can I turn it the other way? So it's not catching on that piece of wording there. Let's push them all down. There we go. That took a while. So one thing I noted that when I was trying to do counterclockwise, it's pushing into this piece of wording here might make it a bit more difficult. So turning it clockwise, I was able to push on this right side wording, which is just straight. And then you want to turn it so that the keyway is facing up, right? I'm stuck again. Make sure those key pins are down in the thing. Okay, I'm now stuck by the limiter because I went the wrong way, I think. So I'm gonna have to go back around and it's going to drop the so I do have to go on the hard side of the oh, never mind, I'm dumb, never mind. What's happening now is that the shackle, I'm going to need to push the shackle down and then turn it. Is that right? Yep, there we go. And now we're back to the locked position like that, and I should be able to use the key. All right, so I didn't do the cleanest job on this one, so but I think I covered a lot of the things that you, why is it not coming out, that you might face when trying to reset this Paclock 90a-PRO, which probably work with a bunch of other padlocks that you get to that position. The American lock won't get to that position because it's limited to turn 90 degrees both directions. It has like a 180 crescent at the back, whereas this thing can spin freely, unlike the American. In any case, hopefully those tips will help you with any issues you might encounter with these locks. Thanks. Bye.